We should be going live here soon. Yeah, well, there we go. Okay. Get rid of all these big tools. Don't need them for a while. Well, we'll see how the second half goes. Hopefully it goes better than yesterday. Cooled the headset down this time. So hopefully, just hopefully, we have a good second half. That's weird, like every fourth light is going in and out on that thing. I guess it's time for it to get replaced, maybe? I don't know. Alrighty. Onwards and upwards. Get the bolt started. Turn it in my hand. Like everything I do on this, all by hand. So we can spin it around. We'll need that. And we're going to need our 13. Believe it or not, this engine is still hot. Now we're going to need our little bitty torque wrench, wherever he is. He's put away. Big airplane flying over, or a bigger one. Let's get to 177 inch-pounds. Torque. Torque. Just shy. There we go. 45. All right. Time for our belts. Get it in the right direction. Get our holder. Get the Chinaman holder. One of the few things that work good out of that China Land Rover kit. The cam pins work on it too. The injection pump tool leaves a little less than desired, but it's better than buying a Ford one. center of the gear. Push this one back where it likes to ride. Everything's centered. Take off our tool. Need that. We need that. We need this set to 23 Newton meters with this. Put this up here for now. Grab our cams. Give them a slight twist. Make sure our ratchet's on off to torque this. Or tension it, I should say. We'll go about middle. So hopefully it'll tighten it a little tighter as we torque it. Kind of want to be at max torque. It's kind of the ideal place, and that's kind of where we're at. We're actually a little further, but we'll mark it, and then see what happens once we turn it over. Go about half a turn, or half a flat. Kind of loose there, but we can adjust that. We need to go back just a hair. This one would need to go clockwise just a hair. Torque our cam gears. We're good. We're still good on there. We'll see what happens when we get all three of them. Maybe it'll be like a yesterday and awesome, that one's still loose. Pull both of those. We'll pull the crank next. We'll rotate her over. A turn and 7/8. We're gonna also mark the crank before we move it, so you can see it coming around. So we can see it coming around the mountain. See, at least now you can see it. Okay, 1/2-inch drive ratchet, 21 millimeter. Pop off our cover so they don't try to suck themselves in. I do want to try to brush out a little more of this soot that's in there. It was up to me. EGRs wouldn't be a thing, but it's not up to me. Halfway. There's our halfway compression stroke. Definitely feel it. Coming up, right there. Put the pin back in. All my work clothes are dirty, so we're doing this casually today. Same thing as yesterday. All my work clothes was dirty. Slots in. A little on the tight side, but that's fine. The thing is almost perfect. See if I can get a good picture with it for you guys. Yeah, there you go. Completely out of the slot. We'll adjust this driver side one, or passenger side one, excuse me. We'll adjust it. Spin her over again. Spin her over again, and then check them again. Check everything a second time, and if it's good, we'll send it. And put it back together. I like to have these things really loose, not just like, yeah, it's loose, but there's a little resistance on it. I want the thing to be loose. Also, a good thing about this truck is it looked like the one from yesterday, so if the neighbors had a problem with it, then it's the same truck as I worked on yesterday. Ouch! Skinned my finger. Blood, sweat, and tears for these trucks. Okay, we're almost there. We shall put the pin in. Pins in and tight. Locked up. Good. And excellent. Check our tensioner one last time. And we are perfect. Right on the edge of being too tight, but see it. I'll take a picture with the phone just to verify. The mirror is hard to see sometimes, so shoot. It's fine. It is right on the ledge. So take those, We'll verify the cam gears are tight again. Just for sake, then we can mark them. Mark them. Good, mark them. They're all marked, as you now see. Torqued. We need to set this to 70. It's about 45 degrees when it's all done. We'll put this on so it doesn't want to try to move since we're so close. We're right there, exactly where we need to be. I'll take a look-see with the mirror again, make sure it didn't move. And it didn't, so we're good. Clean this cast iron piece off. That is still got some warmth to it. Hopefully, here in the future, we'll get a bearing part number for you. Throw it up on Patreon so you guys can rebuild those things instead of buying the whole assembly, because they are extremely pricey. We'll bring this up to 61 foot-pounds, switch over to a 15 in an extension wherever the extension went to. Oh, there it is, standing right up, looking right at me. And I just dropped it. Should probably go back to YouTube so I see if anyone commented. And no one has. Kinda figured. I am a pretty boring person, doing boring things. Boring person doing boring things. Like, who wants to watch some idiot work on a car from their head? Granted, it's already helped me a couple of times. So, I will continue to do it. De-torque the torque wrench. Hopefully the live stream's not failing. Or is that just my phone not being happy with life? Could be a little both, I don't know. At least we're under a shade this time. Get me the Ford pin. Put it in our... We got water out here now, so I won't die of dehydration. Pop out our cover, our little tiny cover for the injection pump. See what our cooler is saying, 43 degrees. Starting to cool off. Not many parts left. New anyways. I gotta put a lot of old stuff back. Should have took a drink of that before putting the powder in it. Go put it in our front cover bag. Make sure our seal's sitting in there. Looks like Pepper's trying. Okay, front cover. So we don't get any contaminants on our belt. It's always fun trying to get this cover in. It's one of those things you just gotta wiggle, wiggle, wiggle until it falls in. Make sure you don't get your wire caught in there. This thing should slide in pretty easily. Ratchet, 6-incher, 6 or 8, something like that. Get the 2 inside ones first. Just kind of work your way around the cover. I just got a wire pinched. There we go. Good job, Cody. Even people like me make mistakes. Well, it sounds like that battery is toast. Grab a freshie. Make sure you get your clip back here, and then your clip over here on the side. It goes in the back of the cover. Now we'll grab our special 8mm. Hate when the ratchet does that. There we go. Puts itself in reverse. very little bit of Loctite on it, and I decided I just wanted to stop. It wasn't like it was cross-threaded. Okay, we got front cover on. It's time to mess around with the back. Mess around with the back. Alright, light. Since we are all kind of blind today, get a little bit of light on the situation. This harness is not going to make recording this very fun, but we'll adjust our pin down like that so it's in line with the foot. Forward. Start putting the pins in like this, not up. And this is a lot more conducive to what we're doing. Not like Ford's going to see this anyways. If they do, like, hi, I'm here. We got a little bit more of a breeze today than we did yesterday. That's water number 3 or 4 for today. $10mm magnetic. If you don't have magnetic sockets, go on Amazon right now and go buy yourself a set of Tecton magnetic sockets. It will change your life. I promise you, it will. Get the deeps, get the shallows, get the mid-lengths, whatever they sell. Definitely worth it. Lost bolts become a thing of the past. I shouldn't say lost bolts, I should say dropped bolts become a thing of the past. Okay, let's adjust the camera so you can see something. You can see me using Braille to find it. Then you can feel around, make sure the thing's in the hole. Why is everyone putting these things on backwards? Engine oil caps backwards all the time. I guess that's part of my OCD when it comes to this stuff. Where's my baby torquey stick? There's my baby torquey stick. We need to bring the torque up to 204. Select one. Select one. Almost canceled the broadcast somehow. Well, I guess I said the number 4. And the headset thought I said the word to select that number. Ooh. Okay, here we go again. We're torquing it. Well, we're torquing the tensioner. 204 inch-pounds. You can also look real quick and verify it's in the right spot. And it is. So now we're going to throw the belt on. Whoa. Again, belts. So the writing is being able to be read from the back of the engine, so it technically would be upside down for us at the front. Throw the belt on the driver's side first, since it's the easiest. Where is my mirror? Where is my mirror? Did I put it on the other side of me so I couldn't see it? That was brilliant. Grab the belt so it's tight, and then just align the lines first. Get the driver's side aligned first. We're about 4 teeth off. Another 2. Gotta go back 1. Just fixing to say, if you think you went too far, you probably got more to go. Now let's put it on the injection pump and over top of that and see where we're at. We're 1 off on the injection pump. Which way? Forward. So counterclockwise from the front of the motor anyways. Let's see what we got now. I didn't go anywhere. How about now? Dead on. So now that we know we're on, hold the driver's side, pull the belt halfway off the crank, or off the crank of the injection pump, then pull the belt up and over the tensioner. Now push the belt back on the crank of the injection pump, and it's on. And if you can see, it lines up. The line lines up there as well. And it's on the tensioner. Right there. So let's get our timing tool. See what we got. Let's see what we can get with this. Does it fall right in like yesterday's? Or do we gotta wrestle with it a little bit? So I like to find the hole on the bracket first. We fall right in. Perfect. That's torque. Oh, we gotta pull the pin. Pull the pin wherever you are. Yeah, there you are. Now we torque the cam gear, the 3 bolts. We double check the torque because we don't want one of those falling out. And then we go over here, check the torque of the tensioner one last time, because why not? Pull that up and pull the tool off. Injection pump is timed. Now we get to go play in water over here and do what dealers don't do. most of the time. A little bit of dish soap, a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of camera adjusting, flip the clips down so you can get in the corners. And around the edges. I like to go across, and up and down, and on angles. Try to get as much of the crap out of here as possible so it's clean. Same with the back side. The sticker always peels. They changed the sticker midway through 18 or 19. And then that one's like a heat sticker. It's heat printed. And the numbers are off of it too, so the numbers come off of it just as easy as this one, just in a different way. I'm gonna love getting to argue with the internet people tomorrow over them lying to me about internet prices. Alright. Get scrubbing on this so it looks presentable. We'll also scrub the engine cover at the end, but you may or may not see that depending on how the headset's going. We're right above the Wi-Fi, so there shouldn't be any issues. But we'll see. See if this is a roaming issue or if it was a heat issue yesterday. I hope it's not a roaming issue. I gotta figure out how to make this one stay on the outside Wi-Fi then. Not an IT guy, I'm a mechanic. Got 2 routers in the house and 1 outside. And right now we're by all 3 of them. They're all just facing different directions. Alright. There's that. Florida sun's already doing its thing. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go inside and get a sticker. not taking the headset in because I don't want it to bounce around. If you get timing belts done with me, you get 3 stickers. You get this one on your actual cam cover, you get this one, and one saying that I did your timing belts for you to put wherever you want, your laptop, your truck, whatever. I will put this right here in the center console for now. One person, that one person is me. Ironically enough, if you look up from underneath, all you see is the crosses and the Romans. You won't even see my sticker. We'll rotate you up again. Get that thing down there. No timing tools installed, so we should be able to get it in place. It's found its happy spot. Locked in there. Looks nice and clean. Now it's time to start rebuilding the stuff for the back. Get a couple of rags, put them on our cart over here, kind of pull our cart closer so we're out of the sun, at least for this part. Need to clean this table off. No cart. Got a bunch of sand and crap on it. these two first. Got our turbo towels. Do 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 do. Whole bunch of noises. This one has none of the tape left on it. That's all gone. I know this don't do much, but it makes me feel better. Because it'll probably just get all nasty again. But at least it's clean. Man, if I had a helper to do this while I was doing the belts, this would be so much faster. Yeah, hopefully I'll have a helper by in the next 7 years. That's doing the majority of the work. And I can just supervise. I figure I got another good 10 years left in me before I don't want to really be doing this anymore. Body-wise, anyways. Mentally, I will. Body-wise, probably not. Back in my day, son. If there's even gas and diesel vehicles 10 years from now, probably be EVs. If we continue down the path we're on. There we go. One more right here. Oh, I could put that on and feel better at night anyways. Yeah, I try to care for other vehicles as much as I would on my own. I mean, someone uses this to get their family around, so. All right. Tilt you guys all the way up so I can get this down there. Kind of a pain to get it back, but it's part of the job. There we go. Everything all in the same place at the right time. That's the hard part. There we go. Now I get our rear belt bolts where we can see them. We need the 10 nut and the two 8mm without a lead in. Just like yesterday, we'll grab our 8, then we'll find our torque wrench that has our 10 on it. We'll put the 10 on first, loosely. So it kind of holds it in place. We'll take our 8, and we might as well grab our ratchet so we're not jumping back up again. It's up there, so perfect. Start it by hand. Hey, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be on the pump bracket. We'll have to put that back on before I put the fuel filter assembly on. Oops. Hit my... There we go. Click, click. Put our harness bolt back in. That is not straight up and down. It is on an angle. This ratchet's still tight, so it doesn't spin by hand yet. Tighten that. Switch to our 10 that I had somewhere. Apparently lost. Get our 10 on. Out the nut it goes. Don't have to be super tight, just tight enough to hold it. Cleaning off that piece. What I like to do is put it right up against the anti-chafe stuff right there, then put it on. But I'm also gonna have to put on that one too, that fell off, which you gotta be careful about. Some of them do, some of them don't. They like to fall off. There's that one. And then there is that one. I know you can't see much, but at least you have an idea. We will get this hose routed correctly into the EGR bypass solenoid. Right there, under my hand. And then they got a little clippy-do right here for it. One last thing, get the bypass solenoid on its little bracket, which you can't see, you just kind of got to feel. Then get the connector right here back on it. Which is easier said than done sometimes, but it's on. Now we get the fuel filter ready. And we'll need the ratchet. We're getting rid of this fire hazard and putting on a Ford upper that the customer did supply. Fire hazard, do not use any of these plastic uppers. Do not use them. I repeat, do not use them. And I cannot repeat again how much you do not want to use them. I'll wipe this off a little bit. Being from Pennsylvania, there's not a lot of rust on this or corrosion. I like to see that. Can't wait to start putting disaster prevention kits in these things. They're coming soon too. The fuel pump is fuel pump filter. I guess I should say the fuel filter upper filter is a 8mm with a lead. And it should just thread all the way in. I'd recommend doing it without the filter in the actual housing. And then this is the 10mm head washer with a lead, and it goes in that bracket back here. Put the injection pump side on first, then put the bracket on. It only really fits one way. There's two holes, two big holes that the bolt could go in, but it only fits one way because they got an anti-rotation piece on the bracket. We'll plug the sensor in, we'll tighten it down by hand. You could probably fit electric ratchet in here, but everything goes in by hand and it's quick. Get the filter, make sure it's pointing the right direction, because there is a direction. Make sure the rubber mount is in the right place. In click. It should just sit exactly where it should be. electric ratchet with the 5mm Allen. There that is, installed. Did I mention it's hot outside today? Okay, bracket. Clean this bracket as well. This will take the two 8mm heads with the lead-ins. And you can do this one with an electric ratchet because it's all the way out in the open. Grab the other one. Both are tight. One last step for the fuel pump stuff, and that's to put the cover back in the front cover. Pull the pin. Front cover is covered. Bam. We're about ready to take that out. But until then, we'll take out our timing pin. This aluminum is still hot. I've done these things, and they're still coolant temperature, still 120, 125 by the time I get done for the coolant that was in it. That felt like it went down the wrong pipe. Depends on the day, Freddie. Average about 6. To just do, on a good day, to just do the belts, like after I've drained the coolant, doing the belts, about 4.5 hours. But then after I'm done, I'll prime the fuel system, do a regen on trucks with exhaust. Trucks without exhaust will get ran for 35 minutes ran 35 minutes at 2,500 RPM. Then I'll go out for an hour test drive. So 4.5 hours turns into 6.5 hours-ish when it's all said and done. But a lot of these trucks are coming from 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 hours away. So me letting it go without at least an hour, hour and a half of run time is not something I want to do. I want to make sure it's right before it leaves. Okay, where's my bad day bolt? Because I know I put it in the wrong bin again. I think. Nope, bad day bolt was in the right bin. Cup number 2 emptied out. Ah, now I see why they didn't put a bolt in the front. They broke it. How nice. Cross-threaded it and then broke it. I gotta go collect the one missing alternator bolt. Wherever it may or may not be. I don't know if it hit the floor or stopped at the skid plate. We'll have to go downstairs and look. Pretty sure it hit the floor, but yes, it hit the floor. Sorry guys, I had to take you off the head. Oh yeah, it definitely had the EGR cooler recall done. Definitely had the EGR cooler recall done. 100% was touched. Starting to get some heat on the headset. The sun is right over top of us too, so there's that. $10 to $20. Putting it in by braille because you ain't seeing it. You find the little hump in the bracket, or the little dip I should say, and it's straight back from there. There we go. You can get this light. Well, actually, we could probably put this light over here in the frame and give us a little more light on this situation. At least for you guys anyways. That. Grab the alternator and put it back in its hole with its nice anti-seized bolts. One in. Two. Just run them in by hand. They should go in by hand. No point in trying to struggle with the ratchet unless you have to. A little bit of anti-seize does help get these bolts in too. It'll also help them not to corrode into the thing too. There we go. We need a 15. Ooh, that wind feels good. We did not have that yesterday. Yesterday was kind of stale. There was a light breeze yesterday, but not like that. Not moving the wind chimes. Yesterday was a scorcher. It's about as hot as this light on my arm. Alternators on. Let's get some brackets on going. Get our 2 bolts. Oh, my Ford guy has just told me I've got 24 of my 36 cam bolts in, but no cam gears yet. Still on back order. I ordered 6 of each. I received 6. I received 6 already for the driver's side, and I need 6 for the passenger side before I can start selling those guys. Oh, come on. There we go, maybe. Ford guys bend the crap out of this thing too. Like broski. They don't need to be bent to do the EGR cooler recall. There we go. Got you started. Let's get your other piece in right there. There's that one. Now we need our swivel. We need our 6-incher, 10mm, 210 nuts, and then we need our bracket. Where are you? There you are. We need a new tub towel. If anyone needs to sponsor me, it's those guys. I buy a crap ton of those things. see what I use them for too. Get me a 6mm tap, run it through, blast out all that Loctite. That'll make putting the bolt back in much easier at the end of the day. These lines make it almost impossible to get you guys a good view. There we go. My nose itched. Magnetic socket again for the win. They will change your life. Can't see much because these AC lines are in the way. But there are two studs that you gotta get these nuts on to hold that bracket in, which ultimately holds the heater core lines. And then it also holds the charge air cooler tube bracket, so you don't chafe your turbocharger and have an oil leak from your charge air cooler tube. Get our bad day bolt and the 13 deep. Put our bad day bolt into the cover. Now it's time. Get this engine hook bolts, clean those off since they're covered in oil. And we'll need our tub towel. Grab our engine mount, our engine hook. We'll wipe it down since it is also covered in oil. My guess is it's probably the charge air cooler tube to throttle body coupler leaking. They end up ripping and leaking. Neighbor must be going back to work. We'll fix that too. Hopefully. Okay, now it's time to start putting parts back on. Crank, 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 and crank. Water pump on the other one. Water pump. Next pulley. This is what your $50 shop fee is going towards. Tub of towels, brake clean, and coolant. Because I put coolant, I put 2 gallons of fresh in pretty much every truck, unless it was recently changed. Crank pulley. Okay. Going deep into the belly of the beast so we can see. Yeah, all finger started. We are going to reuse the tensioners. They are not, well, this one's not in the best of the shapes, but clean it up a little bit. Can number 2. Strut's leaking a little oil. But the good thing is at least you can rebuild these at half of what Ford currently sells them for. Videos on my channel on how to rebuild it, and all the part numbers are in there. Using Dayco and INN parts, aka OEM suppliers. But the cool thing is the Dayco belt, or the Dayco pulley, is a metal pulley where this one's plastic, so you get a little bit of an upgrade. No! O-ring back on. Let's seals up this cover real good. Man, the traffic today. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Push this back out now. Where are you? There you are. That Jeep has gone by like 4 times now. Only thing left is that 13. Small belt goes on the inside, large belt goes on the outside. Get it behind the tensioner, down to the crank, around the alternator, and hook it on a bolt on the water pump. Made in Japan. Low battery. AC compressor. Tensioner. Crank. Around the fan clutch pulley. Bolts. Push down to decompress. Check all belts are on. Feel good, feel good. Now it's time for coolant pipe and the intake. 1 bucket left. Got a bracket. Got EGR, 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 EGR. Why are we 1 light? Throttle body, there it is. EGR, throttle body, throttle body, throttle body. Throttle body, throttle body, throttle body, coolant pipe. Get some water. Well, from what I can see today, the live stream is looking a lot better. I can't hear it, because if I do, it's going to get an echo, so. Two waters since the beginning of this one. water pipe. I need to move this intake out here to the heat. Get those gaskets warming up. That is the one nice part about Florida summers. Or Florida sun, period. Put those bad boys out there in the heat. They get them nice and soft. And they don't roll. See if I can do this without catching my shirt or... Oh, that battery is almost toast. Without catching my shirt. What do you guys think about Skillet's new song, Scream? I can't wait to hear that. I've heard a couple live performances of it from their Europe tour. And it sounds pretty good. But they haven't released it yet as a single or anything. So did you know this hose from Ford is $500 because someone put in the wrong information and they have yet to fix it even after I've emailed them about it and they said they were going to fix it? Sounds like typical Ford. So if you need this hose ever, don't go to Ford for it. Just go to Napa, get a silicone one, or just a piece of rubber straight hose. Because going to Ford, you get bent over for something that was $20 and now it's $500. Get our piece of emery, come up in here and clean away. All we're doing is cleaning up the ceiling surface. Clean inside. No orange left. Grab the pipe. What we do here is take this end, just kind of do that, and feed it through. Get this end on, push it in. Get our extension, our long 8mm bolts. Goes through the timing cover into the cylinder head. That holds that. Since our regular pliers are already out. Did I put this on backwards? I think I did. Well, darn. Now I get to do it all over again. This time harder. I put the hose clamp on backwards. Come on, Cody. How many of these things have you done? Knocking on the door 200. That's how it goes. I think. Or I could have had it right. But it looks like it's been off before, so maybe that's what's getting me, because it's got different markings all over it. Get our cable pliers. This one has not been off, you can tell. It's only been on once. There's that. Now we get to do the dirty work and clean that intake. That's not wet anymore. Darn. Clean up in aisle 1. Bruise is still there from where they stabbed me on Saturday. Okay. Get these off. Put them over there. Get you so where I can see and you can see. And we'll just lightly go around it. Knocking off the debris. Making it smooth. Needs to be smooth as a baby's butt. Look how nasty I am already. Get our brush again. Wherever it's deciding to hide. There it is. Try to pull as much of the loose stuff out as possible. I'm actually gonna go in here and try to get this side wiped out before running the emery on this side. It's almost like running sandpaper through these rags. Uh-oh. As soon as I get this thing cleaned, we'll swap batteries and move on. smooth. Swamped. We should be good. We are going to need another can of brake clean. Oh, we gotta open another box. Grab two just in case. That was a bicycle that just smoked me in the head. And you guys probably just watched it. All right, we'll do our trick and we'll pop off that to give us some room. We'll go get our preheated intake manifold. Get some Vaseline. Make sure every square inch of that seal is covered. And then we'll get some more and put it in the intakes. Come on. Get that dirty rag away. We only want clean ones. Okay, intake. New map sensor. And it's nice when you get that thing lined up that good. Lubrication helps. Guess we're starting with 8s, since the 8's on the ratchet. Ford logo to the front, just like every other truck we've done. I shouldn't say logo, but Ford stamping to the front. Actually, I will take this one. Since it's front center, we can clean it off a little bit. Just make sure when, or if you ever do S&B's intake, you're gonna have to cut that top of that down a little bit. On these newer intakes, they hit. Not an issue with 21s because they use a 7mm bolt, not a bolt stud combination. Okay, yep, got all that. 10mm time. Which, I mean, I don't even recommend S&B intake. It makes it harder to work on, and you're just gonna go right down to stock size anyways. My thought is, what's the point? Sometimes these go down and sometimes they don't. Get some harnesses going back to where they belong. Starting to look like something again. Put a little anti-snot on there. Throttle body, we'll give it a little blast because it's a little dirty. Just the outside of it. Inside can stay the way it is. I can do all the Allens now. Not Allens, but Torx. Plug it back in. Click, click. Now I can get the charge air cooler tube, put that back down there, and I'll have to go downstairs and throw you guys on the truck again. It definitely, yeah, right there. And there's a crack in it. Need to change the charge air cooler tube coupler. Go in my group, the 2730 group, and get the HSP one on the way, or you're gonna have more mess that can get down in the timing cover and destroy your new belt, or help destroy it anyways. So let's get that changed to ASAP. It'll help you on, it'll probably give you a little bit better fuel economy, and it definitely help you on these regens because you're not losing air pressure. On the 21s, it'll set all 3 NOx sensor codes. So these, it doesn't really set anything until it gets really bad. It just makes a mess. I mean, as you can see, it is right there. Pop it like a zit. That's a get soon kind of deal. Not sooner than later. That's a get soon. Oh, looks like our light battery is finally starting to die. We'll have to grab the one from the drill, since that one's like toast. Got some dark clouds rolling in. Oh, the bottom side's clicked in. I can tighten up the top. Then we can get that all done. Adjust my eyepiece so you guys can see what I'm seeing. AKA see what I see. Alright, let's get the EGR cooler tube on. We'll grab a smear of anti-seize and paint on our gasket. Like Picasso here. The Picasso of anti-seize. Ah, that should be a sticker or a t-shirt. I think I'll go in and make that once I get done with this. Get me some gaskets. Remember, square towards the bracket, and this only goes on one way, so you can't mess that one up. Set it on ever so lightly. Grab your torque spits. Grab your Torx driver. Start them by hand. Yes, dealer work I'm finding. Broken zip ties and Christmas trees. Electric ratchet time. Get the 8mm. Then we can go do the fan clutch. Yeah, it's a little dark over there. We may get some rain today. Which is fine by me, other than my yard. I don't want to mow it anymore. Ah, get on there. Now we'll slowly put on this so we don't bend the bracket. We don't want to go too fast because we want it just to kiss it. We just want it to kiss it, because if you go any further, it'll bend it and break the bracket. Then you're calling me or Ryan asking for help, and then I'm going to sell you a $100 bracket made out of stainless steel, because Ford will sell you a $500 fan clutch because they don't care. Now we'll get a little bit of Dabadooya, put it around this hose connection to make it easier. We'll get this hose connection, which the crimp is splitting. That should be something that replace in the future too, or it'll be a water leak next. Right there. You can see it right there in the middle of the screen. That's a whole assembly, unfortunately. Well, folks, we're down to the last bucket. Fan shroud time. Everyone starts coming at the boring time. Fan shroud, fan shroud, fan shroud, fan shroud, fan, 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 fan. Glow plug, glow plug, glow plug. Intake, intake, intake. Clouds, yay. Nice clean fan shroud. It is getting really dark. We need to get our wiring harness moved so we can install the fan shroud. I like to put it on the outside of the lower and just push it down like that. Drop the fan shroud in. Make sure the top goes inside the bottom. We need our 6-inch and our 10. And we'll start with 3 bolts. That go right here. Right here. And right here. Somewhere. Then we'll bring it up, lock it in place, get rid of our 6-inch, get 4, since this has got the electric fan, or it'd be 2 without the electric fan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll pull up our harness. Put our white clip in, which is black on the 21s. Put that one in. Put that one in. And that one. And then our coolant bottle. Wow, and I forgot to put the vacuum and fuel line on. And it's okay. We can still get to it. No big deal. Why didn't someone tell me I was doing that wrong? There's no wrong way. We'll get the glow plug module next. Which will open up space to get the upside down fan shroud. Get 2 bolts started in the glow plug module, then you get the third one that's tucked away. You get the upside down fan shroud bolt. That is right there under the glow plug module. Now you can get the degas bottle bolts, which are the same as the fan shroud bolts. Start one, start the other. Voila. We would be putting the intake in next, but we gotta fix up our boo-boo. Put the vacuum line on first. The back vacuum line clip goes in the middle hole on the bracket, not the side, the middle. Push up, lock, and lock. Then give it a little tug test to make sure they're locked in. Make sure you grab your bungee cord after you're done. I've left many a bungee cord on cars because of that. Time to get the intake on. Dark cloud right above us. We're gonna try to attempt to fix this. Yeah, we're gonna be able to. There we go. It's just a plastic locking collar. How about we lock the bottom first? I need to get this thing in place before I try to do that. I've done this once or twice, so it's not too difficult. There we go. Now it's right. Now I'm happy. That's right, now I'm happy. Click, 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 and click. Locked in place. 7mm. And then a 13. There's the 13. Do not forget these. These are vitally important. If you forget them, you can suck your intake in on each other, and it'll set DTCs, and it'll also cause drivability concern. So don't forget it. Coolant is next. The 5 liters are good at doing that too, so it's not just a 3-liter thing. We need our pliers. We need to put our coolant hose on so we can fill it, prime it, get it started. No. There we go. There we go. No, not quite. There. Man, it's getting dark. As long as it doesn't rain. Oh, not like it matters at this point. All I gotta do is put the diaper back on and put coolant in it and start it. Get coolant from the mobile trailer. I need to order coolant too. Down to 2 gallons. That'll be gone the 29th. Save the jugs so I can get rid of the coolant that was in it. Yeah, it looks like the stream is starting to mess up. Well, we're going to end it here, and you guys can have a great day while I finish this up. You've seen that you can do the timing belt without pulling the cab. And you can see it can be done. Dealers just don't want to do it. So, till next time, see you later. Select 4. Select 4. Select 4. Select 4.